You're gonna put that call in the beginning.
You want to play it now, and then
Then we'll just start from.
You can start from there. It's fine.
Call Gary. I don't know if he's gonna answer.
Look at this guy.
Should I leave a voicemail to Gary?
You should, Salas.
Hey, at least his socks are
He also
qualifying.
should be here.
His socks are qualifying right now.
Hey, Gary.
Right.
This is Salas. I need you to call me back ASAP. We need to discuss something. Talk to you later.
The higher the sock, the
All
down
right,
the
let's
food.
see how long it takes Gary to call back. Is this Gary?
The socks
Is
only
this
halfway
Gary
up, so
Brockett,
maybe-
the infamous guy that's trying to come over here and step on my toes? I got to talk to you, bro. I don't know what you're trying to do, but you're trying to take my non-paying job? You got a parking space already with rope
To
and
show
shit?
up
Hey,
to have a non.
we need a FaceTime. I need to see you face to face, bro.
Not here.
I want to know what your intentions are. Is that you trying to take over? No, I just called to bust your balls, Gary. But I'm glad that you're on the show, bro. We appreciate you, and don't fucking step on my toes no more, bro.
Gary appreciates you for being on the show.
Oh, so now you want to? So now you want
It's
to
on.
challenge?
I mean,
That's
it's
what you
on.
want, huh?
Doubling down.
All right. It's gonna be the Gary Brockett Salas dual showdown. That's what's gonna happen.
Keep fighting!
This podcast may contain views and opinions which are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any local agency, organization, union, employee, or company, including the podcast.
And I'm sitting in his seat again.
Welcome back, everybody.
You got to break in those cushions.
We are not live. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live,
But we're not live.
Definitely not live.
Welcome back. Happy New Year. I know we've said that a couple times. I think this is the second show of the new year. So welcome back. And fitting, we have our number one guest, return guest, possibly co-host, who is taking Salas's job, Gary Brockett.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm here.
wait. He's a co-host. I'm the number one guest.
That's very true. That's very true.
Oh, he's trying to take your number one guest spot now.
That won't happen.
He's got to come on like 14 more times.
El Sama's not here again. Once again.
Right? Once
At
again.
home barbecuing, whatever.
Sabas.
Yeah, we'll
You
put
know,
that
he's-
picture up.
Medical barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sabas. Barbecuing is more important than us and the show.
Rub it in. I'd be over there right now watching
But,
the Niner game too myself.
We also have brewer extraordinaire, Alex Ramirez. What's up, brother?
Cheers, guys.
And then fitting right in front of you, we have the bottle of 9.5 juice that you brewed for the show.
Okay, hey, man, I'm really happy the way the label came out. It was actually what I was envisioning.
Yeah?
I don't
I'm
think
glad
I-
you liked it, man.
I don't think I even told you guys how I wanted to do it, but you guys did like the whole like tagging thing on it. Like it looks fucking dope as fuck.
That's all George. George went and had those made.
Oh, yeah, man.
Came out super cool. I like it.
I do like
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna put that with my collection with the other ones. I always want to do when I do a collab. I always want to have at least one bottle with the label unopened. Maybe 10 years from now, I might get desperate and open it up and drink it.
Who knows?
When he's down on hard times. When he's down on hard times.
I can't afford any beer right now. I'll start opening up my collection.
He can't even put egg in his ramen noodles.
Straight ramen.
Just straight ramen.
Can't afford the 10 for $1 ramen, but I do have some 10-year-old beer, you know. So
10 for $1, I know. Do they still have those? 10 for $1?
hell yeah, they do.
Dude,
Those,
I
hey,
used
those
to-
still
If not,
smack.
maybe they raise it up to 9 for $1.
Oh, those assholes! Inflation hit everyone then.
Yeah, for real.
It went from 10 cents to 11 cents.
Inflation hit top ramen.
Inflation's a motherfucker.
Well, what's up, guys? It's nice to have you back. How's everything been? How's your new year?
It was good.
Great.
Yeah?
It was great.
I guess we can, we've been asking everybody. It's still January, so let's talk about your guys' New Year's resolutions.
Well,
You got one?
fix my car maybe. My
Fix your
race
car?
car. It's been down for 3 months now,
Well,
so
what's wrong with your car?
it's not running. Problem with the crank sensor, so It's been sitting on jack stands in my garage for the past 3 months.
Nobody knows what a crank sensor is. Just
No, I know, but
It helps start the car.
A crank sensor is an electronic device used in an internal combustion engine, both petrol and diesel, to monitor the position or rotational speed of the crankshaft. This information is used by engine management systems to control the fuel injection or the ignition system timing and other engine parameters.
The reason why I laugh is because every time we bring up his car, there was this one time this car passed by in front of CVS, was like racing hard as fuck, and Gary was like, "I could take that."
Smoke.
Smoke. Yeah, no, but I was like, yeah, but it has to come out of the
We were
garage
talking about
first.
this because you got a Challenger, and you were talking about how much your car was down. I'm like, dude, that puts down more than his fucking car, like way more.
So when that
So
car,
imagine just getting smoked by a fucking Evo in the Challenger, just looking like an asshole.
no. So that car passes by.
totally different type
No,
of car.
that car, that car
That's like
passes by.
saying, I mean, Tesla's gonna smoke. I mean, yeah,
Tesla might. Tesla might.
No, so that car passes by, and Gary's like confident, I can smoke that car. I was like, Gary, as soon as you hit down the gas, like the car's just gonna fall apart.
You think you can beat a Tesla?
And then
Gary?
Gary's like, it's gonna
No,
blow.
I couldn't take a Tesla. Teslas are pretty
They're so
quick.
fast.
They're fast
They're
as
really
shit.
But
fast.
I don't even really consider them cars. They're
Yeah,
like
that's what I mean.
appliances.
It's just.
Sorry for anyone listening.
I mean, regardless of what you call them, they're still fast.
Yeah. No, I mean
It's
that's
like a
just,
Tron car.
Yeah, I mean it's just part of the game, I guess. When you modify vehicles, it's always
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
temperamental,
not-
But
I don't need to win races.
You just want to go fast. Want to go fast.
but new official New Year's resolution probably try to get. I know our contract's coming up in about a year, so for CVS, I want to try to get the stewards. We want to try to get the members more involved, ask more questions, maybe have parking lot meetings once a month.
Yeah,
Try to set something up.
nice.
Yeah, that would be a great resolution.
Get CVS more involved. That's my goal or our goal.
I mean, we won't get into hypotheticals and talk proposals or anything. But what are you guys? What's the feel out there as far as the contract? You
We want
it's gonna be
UPS money. No, just like everybody in the market right now, they want the UPS money.
yeah.
No. I don't know. We kind of talked about it a little bit, and at least a $3 bump right off the bat.
Yeah.
What's
right
the
off
feel
rip.
though? I mean, like, do you think it's going to be a combative negotiations? Not that negotiations are always combative, right? But do you think it's going to be a tough fought
Honestly,
contract or?
no. Honestly, I think the business agent we've had right now, James, he's been doing a great job with the company. Made us have a really good culture with the working relationship. So a lot of the proposals and language, off the bat, I already know we're gonna get any language that we need. We're gonna get that off the bat, and it's any like little nicks and knacks that he wants, we're gonna get it. But where we're gonna be fighting for is money, and that
Money's a big deal.
So that's where I know where we're gonna go. It's gonna be an uphill battle for that one.
And that was kind of the whole thing with the UPS contract. Most of the language, and not all, you never get everything you want.
No.
But most of the language we wanted, we got for the most part. And, when you bring up proposals, you kind of want to give the company a reason why you're bringing that specific proposal. This is the issue we have. This is why we're bringing this proposal. And, when we were in negotiations, most of the company understood, like, okay, that is a problem, right? Let's fix that for whatever that language we were trying to get. But then it got contentious when we got to economics, for sure. And that's when everything
and
kinda,
I think it'll go smooth historically because our last contract negotiations we had, the company wasn't really combative. They were on a few things, obviously, but if hopefully, I'm hoping it goes the way it did the last time, and I think that was almost like a show of respect from the company, saying like, "Hey, we're willing to work with you." And so ever since then, the union over at CVS and the management, we've been working pretty well with each other.
that's good.
So hopefully that pays off during negotiations, and we'll be able to. People want money.
Inflation's up, bro.
We got everything we
yeah.
wanted in our contract. Like, there's a few things we might want to tweak or change around, and we'll get to that once that time comes. But the temperature at the warehouse now is we want more money.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
the
kind of
company
like,
knows.
yeah, that's just across the board, right? Everybody needs more.
I mean, they say inflation's down from where it was, but the price of groceries, number one, dude. The price of food
It's insane.
Fucking insane.
Gas did go down a little bit, but it's still expensive.
It's still expensive, but it did go down. So that's.
No, like I
Not
mean,
very much, dude.
I know, but just a
I'm
tad
not
bit.
saying. I'm not saying it went from $5 to $1.07.
I will
It's
say
like
Hey, well, that'd be great.
4 years ago, we were at like change.
Yeah,
like
3 and some change.
I mean, I think we were at 3 and some change, and now it's, 5 is like, oh, that's not bad. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, dude.
I remember when gas only cost $1 million.
No, those are right now. I'm filling up my tank. A couple months ago, I was filling up my tank at 125, and right now, like I'm just happy if it's under 100 right now. So it's like at 90. I'm like, hell yeah, I'll take that right now.
Yeah,
Might have to get a Tesla.
crazy. Why, you want to beat everybody in races?
Yeah, I get the Model S
Oh, dude, the Model S
when's
just
the-
for
or the Plaid. The Plaid.
When's their sports one coming out?
It was supposed to come out.
I thought it was supposed to already come out.
Yeah, the Plaid.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The Roadster.
Yeah. The Roadster.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I
the
don't know.
Roadster's coming out.
I don't really keep up on Tesla, so
The only reason
It doesn't have an
I
internal
because I'll
combustion
listen
motor.
to Joe Rogan every now and then, and he's been wanting one for a while. He already has one pre-ordered,
Yeah.
so I think they were working out some kinks or whatever.
He's got a little bit of money, so yeah.
Oh, the Cybertrucks are out too now.
that
aren't they?
thing is supposed to be like fucking extremely fast. Like
The Cybertrucks?
no,
No,
the Roadster.
the
Oh, the Roadster.
So I wonder, because I know now we're talking about cars, but like Porsche has their electric car. Do you know anything about that? Like the numbers on that?
I don't know the numbers, but I've seen it in Car and Driver.
Yeah.
Like they've kind of advertised it a little bit, or like the SEMA shows. They've brought out like prototypes. I haven't looked too much into it, but like I said, I mean,
just
I'm
wonder
not an
how-
electric vehicle guy.
Yeah, I just wonder.
Yeah,
how,
neither
I wonder how
engines, you know?
their electric version of their own car would compete against, like a 911. Would be curious.
It probably beat it.
Probably beat it. You think? Huh?
Yeah, it's just a different animal. It's not,
Yeah,
Well, I
it's-
mean, because the
not a gas-powered
acceleration
vehicle.
is instant, right? So it's like
yeah,
you tell the car to go, and it's like, hey, I'm gone. Like,
yeah. And it sucks because it hurts the guys that are into the motors and,
I mean, there's
and you
something
can't get
about
away
it,
from
yeah.
the sound. I don't know. For me, the sound, the feel of a car, of a
Yeah.
gas-powered
Dude.
car, there's nothing like
yeah,
this.
you can't
the
beat
best.
it.
You know?
You can't beat
Yes.
it.
I've been in.
I mean, you could go really fast and go, like, whatever.
What's the
You
fun
know?
in that though? There
Yeah.
needs to be some sort of drama going on.
Yeah, right.
Around
I've been
it.
in
So-
a-
You gotta feel that
Explosions.
You gotta feel the rumbling of the
Yeah.
motor.
Tickle your ball sack.
There you go.
Well, too bad I can't
That's
feel
what
any
you were getting
rumble
at.
because mine's broken. So
tickle your nutsack. Yeah,
broken.
I've been in a Dodge Viper one time, and it's like you feel that, like you feel the tremble from the motor. It sounds beautiful. Like you don't even want to listen to music. You just like I just want to hear the motor. It sounds like a monster.
yeah,
It's a
They are fun.
crazy piece of machinery. Yeah.
Anyways, cars are cool.
yeah.
The only reason
Cars are cool.
the only
Girls are
reason I'd get
weird.
a Tesla Model S is because then it could drive me home.
That's the only benefit.
Well, I
like.
don't know if I trust that. You see all kinds of people
I don't know
crashing when it's an
either.
autopilot.
I don't know either, but I mean, if you're buzzed and you got to go home, it's kind of cool.
You can't blame the car at that point, right? If the car's swerving, it's not you. It's
Hey, you still
the
get a
Tesla.
DUI though, no?
Yeah, you.
Never mind. Not promoting drinking.
I
and
should.
driving.
I
no,
shouldn't
we-
be.
While self-driving cars may seem like a futuristic solution to drunk driving, the reality is that individuals can still be charged with a DUI if they are in physical control of the vehicle. This includes being able to operate or manipulate any of the car's features.
For that, since I mean, it's one of our big issues in labor, fighting against, autopilot and automatic vehicles. And
I'm sure.
whatnot,
I'm sure. At some point there'll be like something for that because obviously automation's coming. It's coming at a fast rate, and cars are becoming equipped with that. The self-driving stuff. Of course, people are going to use it for driving home from the bar. They're just going to put autopilot home, right? And there's probably going to be a feature that lets everyone know that that's its primary function at that time, so the human will not have any ability to maneuver it at some point in time. Like right now,
Possibly. Yeah.
right now, they say that a person has to be behind the wheel even though it's on autopilot. At some point in time, that tech is going to
Because
be
it's not
so high
foolproof.
up. Yeah, it's not foolproof yet.
Well, in those automatic taxis I know we've been talking about that.
The cruise ones.
Waymo, Cruise, right?
Yeah.
So all those automatic taxis, they don't have a driver.
No.
They don't?
So no. So could you get a DUI if you're sitting in the back?
No.
No.
You're not driving.
No.
Then why would you get it in a Tesla? That's you know
Because
what I
you're
mean?
behind the wheel.
Okay,
And you
so
have
what
the-
if I sit
you
in the
have-
back seat?
You have the key.
Sounds like we're gonna need to organize them, and now the
you
team's just
have
gonna
a
have to
key
come
fob
in.
your pocket too. So even if you were sitting in the back
I
seat,
would
you
I would
Yeah,
put the
you
key
can.
fob in the driver's seat.
No,
and I'd
that-
sit in the back.
no.
fucking Joggers pulled over. He's like, oh no, the guy was sitting right here.
Hey, the guy was there. I don't know what happened to him.
I got my seatbelt on.
Gone, dude.
No. Technically, like, unfortunately, I did have a DUI, and one of the dudes that was in there, he said that he was just playing music in his car, like on the driveway, and he was on his porch listening to the music, drinking.
Yeah.
But because the keys were in there,
Yep.
and he was the one that was in the vicinity, he got the DUI. But
Yeah,
he
it was like
wasn't.
intent to drive.
Yeah.
Or
And
whatever.
you can get them sitting there for sure. Even if you have the keys in your pocket. That's why they say like, I'll throw the keys in the trunk or some crazy shit if you're gonna be sitting in your car. But it kind of it's like, dude, if you're intent, they should have to prove intent to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like they shouldn't just be able to go, oh, you had the keys. But, yeah, it's my fucking
Yeah.
car. But I was.
It also has
laying
my house
down.
keys on it.
I was passed
My
out.
intent was to go home. So.
But I was passed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, you
some-
can't get a DUI. for
Those
that.
laws are going to have to change and adapt to everything else that's changing.
No, it's getting more and more stricter, and I mean for good reason though. I mean, I've seen a lot of those.
Drinking and driving's bad, people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Speaking right here in Anaheim, what was that? What was that? Like 10 years ago, that one pitcher he came in for the Angels and had a hell of a game. He was a rookie, and then got behind the wheel and killed a family and
Fuck.
stuff.
I remember
there
that.
in
I don't
Fullerton?
remember his name.
He killed himself too, right?
Fullerton?
No,
he
he's
lived.
he's in prison.
Yeah, he lived, but he fucking.
I remember the.
Yeah.
I remember that fucking story. I just I don't remember his name.
Can you imagine on top of the world, you're playing in the MLB.
Yeah, it was his, what was it? It was his first start and everything. He had a hell of a fucking game and wanted to
Threw his whole fucking life away
They got a
because he
Tesla.
didn't get a fucking.
Should have
taxi.
got a Tesla. Well, Tesla wasn't around at the time, I don't think. So
Actually, I think the Model S has. It's been around for.
what, 2015, 2014 maybe?
Was it?
14, I think.
Yeah.
That's 10 years ago.
Sorry, boys, but the Model S officially launched on June 22nd, 2012.
I know it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. Whatever. Forget
A whole
Teslas.
decade ago.
We don't like Teslas. That's cool.
Well, so we talking about a bunch of stuff, but what's new in the CVS world? Sure,
CVS.
your members and your members of management that watch want to know.
My supervisor wants to know
what's going on in the
my-
CVS world.
My new supervisor now is dazed and confused.
Been dazed and confused.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure he's gonna watch. So I'll probably say dazed and confused a couple times. So make sure he is watching so he can
Hi, DNC.
DNC. No, right now at CVS we just fully rolled out. They fully rolled out the headsets now. They went back a little bit, backwards in technology. Now it's voice pick. They got to say the location they're at, confirm how much they picked up and stuff. And right now, we like how he was saying we wanted to have more parking lot meetings. Gary had his first one with the cherry pickers on their issues, and then I did one with the selectors. I had them come out and I explained to them, I'm like, look, the company has the right to change of operation. And I was like, basically, I took words of wisdom from James where it said, like, there's going to become a point where you're going to have to be more stern as a steward and, let the members know straight up bluntly what's happening. So I took it upon that. And when I went in there, like, it wasn't me happy-go-lucky. I told them, like, hey, I'm like, you guys can bitch, moan, and cry. It's happening. I'm like, you guys want to, like, sit there and say, hey, the union's not doing anything for us. It's not that we can't do anything. We can't tell the company walk in there and barge down and say, like, no, we're going to go back to the tablet. No, we're going to go back to paper. Like, no, they have the right to the change of operation. So at this point,
I mean, it is technically their company. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I told them, I'm like, look, we got you guys. And it's like, and the CVS members that didn't show up, if you guys are watching it, you guys can hear me say it now because I'll give you guys the same spiel I did at that parking lot meeting. Me, Gary, Victor, and a couple other stewards were fortunate enough by the local to be trained by the union engineers, specifically on Lucas. So when you guys are sitting there saying that the company's gonna fuck with you guys, no, we actually know more than the supervisors on the fucking floor, so we know how to read into it and all that stuff. I just did that for a guy the other day who was telling me the time's bad. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you guys can sit there all you want and say the time's bad. But if you guys are giving me something consistent every week, 80%, there's no time gaps. And what I mean by time gaps, now with this voice pick, they're going to be able to see your last pick to your next pick. So it's measured by maybe 3 seconds to get to the next pick. Now, when they sit there and you're saying the time's bad and they pull it up, we know how to go in there and crack it open and see it. It took you 5 minutes to go from, damn it, Daisy. It took you 5 minutes. It took 5 minutes to go from pick 1 to pick 3. So we're gonna try to figure out why did it take you 5 minutes. And if you have no downtime slip, then we have no argument. But if you're consistent and everything's perfect and you guys are doing everything correctly the right way that they're telling you how to do it, then we know that the time's bad. So that's what I'm telling them. It's let us do our job when it comes to it. But they're gonna get so much. The company's so much smarter using this because now they're gonna see if you're working or not. And it's our job to go in there and figure out if the time is bad, or if they're gonna break down our argument by saying you guys were fucking around the entire time. So it's like it's not that we're not laying back. It's just it's their job to do the job. You know what I mean?
No, we've dealt with a lot of different technology implementation at UPS, and it's gotten tighter. The company wants efficient workers. I'd say sometimes they take it a little too far. They want robots, which we're not. But at the end of the day, it brings light to some of the stuff that our own members do, and we have to correct that sometimes. And I've had members get mad and like, well, I used to take a break here, and it was like my downtime. I'm waiting for this or waiting for that, and it's a lot of excuses. And at the end of the day, you really got to tell those members like, hey, dude, look. I understand that the company looks at this like you're screwing around, dude. I get it. It's something you did before, but you can't do it anymore.
No, and we got some members that are like, I mean, one of them, I'll give her a shout out, Inez. She's been through the ringer. Like she did the paper, she did the tablet, and she did her shit all the way through. And she's game up to me with a legitimate like shit, like saying like, hey, the time's tight, all this stuff. Like she's on her shit. And the thing, when she's talking about this, all I asked her was like, look, like, let me cook. Just do it efficiently. Be honest. And I was like, we live by honest days work, honest days pay. So you do that. And I was like, and then you give us the opportunity to go in there and fix it. But if you're just going to come in and say the time's bad, and not even try. And she looked at me, looked me dead in the eye and said, Alex, for the last 2 weeks, even though we haven't had to like qualify, I've been doing my hardest to like qualify, and I've only can get it at an 80. I'm like, if you're telling me that right now, and we go in there and like they're trying to fuck with you and write you up, we have the argument like we will win that battle every day of the fucking week. And so she said, as long as you have my back, then all right, I'm gonna do my best. And I said, that's all I ask.
It just comes down to accountability too. I mean,
exactly.
If the company, if the union's gonna hold the company accountable for their mistakes, which we have been. The company's going to hold us accountable for our mistakes. And at the end of the day, if there's guys out there sandbagging it or, taking extended breaks and lunches or sitting there chit-chatting, I mean, that's cool. People do it all the time. But when it comes down to it, if they're getting disciplined for it, and like Alex said, if, we're going to see, and the company's going to provide the stewards with all the information. And it's not that we're on the side of the company, but it's why are we going to go out to bat? Like if there's proof that a guy is sandbagging it, I mean, there's just no win out of that, So it's basically just accountability. And we try to educate the members like, hey, you got to have some accountability too. If we're going to hold the company and the supervisors accountable for doing dumb shit that they do all the time.
Yep.
And we're out there.
Dumb shit.
Yeah. It's a two-way street.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So
definitely. Yep. We have to take into account as, stewards, as business agents, when you talk to people, number one thing, dude, don't be fucking around out there. Don't be fucking around. That way you give me the ammo to make the arguments. If they're showing me you're fucking around, there's not much I can do.
But on the lighter note, I mean, let Gary have this one.
Oh, our grievance.
Oh,
our big grievance.
So what happened with this?
I'll speak about it at the membership meeting too, so everyone that's watching can go to the membership meeting and listen to me talk about it again. But now we filed a big grievance just recently and won it, and it benefited a lot of people.
Hear about it.
Yeah, to start off with, during the pandemic, we had a lot of retainment issues, management and the union side, employee side. and they came up with a policy that was never agreed to by the stewards or the business agent or the local, nothing.
Made their own policy.
They just made their own policy. And there's a lot of people in hot water at the time. So as a steward, you don't want to screw people over. So in our contract, 11 attendance points is termination. So if you hit 11, you get fired. Well, there was people past that. And the company was giving out a bone. And I already knew how this was going to pan out from the start, but it just kind of waterfalled, or the ball started rolling down the hill. So there's a lot of people in hot water. The company was given a benefit of, well, if you're past 11, which is termination, and we're behind on disciplining people for their points because the ladies in the office that were running the show at the time were interns. So they were just turning them out for a good year.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years. So people were past the threshold of 11.
Some of them were like at 32 points.
The most I've seen was 28 points at a verbal. And we'll get to that person. I won't mention the name, but we'll get to that person eventually. So, these people were riding high at 15 points with a verbal.
Yeah.
But the company was allowing it, and they said, oh, well, every 2 points after your 11 points, we're going to issue a discipline. So people started playing the point game. Okay, well, I'm at 15. If I go to 17, I'll get a first written. So I'm going to stay in the middle and just keep dropping points.
Yeah.
And they play that game. Everyone does it. I knew eventually it was going to end. Quite some time went by until recently, about, when was it? Maybe in middle November. Middle November, the company actually came up to the stewards, myself and I believe Alex and Victor, and said, hey, we're going to go back. And so now anyone that's past 11 points, if they're at 12 points and they leave at lunch or they take a day off, they're going to get a write-up for every single occurrence. So that would knock a lot of people out. They would get fired.
Yeah.
And not just that, it was if they were behind on the write-ups, so our system is 5 verbal, 7 first, 9 second, 11 termination every 2 points. So if they were behind, say someone was at 7 points with no write-ups, at 7.5, okay, let's issue you a verbal.
Yeah.
But then another half a point the next day, well, we're still behind, so let me give you a first written. And it's
so they're trying to play catch up. And in our contract, it's a 5, 7, 9, 11 policy.
Yeah.
Point wise.
I got you.
So they're just making up their own rules. So as soon as it happened, the first person that it happened to, we ended up filing a grievance on it. I think it took us about a month maybe to get it all sorted, but just recently we got word that, the company agreed to the grievance, or we won the grievance, and they started dropping people down. Now, back to the person that had 28 points. They were at 28 points at a verbal. So any half point or full point that they get, they would have got a write-up and eventually termination. They went from 28 points all the way down to 5.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
the way it works and the way I explain it, so the members that are watching, so you guys, because there's still some that are asking, so let's say you're at 7 points and you have no write-up, and then you take a half, and then they say, shit, we forgot to give you a verbal. Cool, you're going to eat that verbal, but the remedy is you got to get rid of those 2.5 points and bring it back down to 5.
So now the company has to be on point with issuing those disciplines, which they weren't for the longest time.
Yeah.
But at the time, we knew it wasn't right. But the company was like, this is what we want to do for you guys. So, people were benefiting from it.
Yeah, they were benefiting, so you're just okay, I guess I'll...
Yeah, it's kind of let it ride. And then at the end, they want to fix it and try to play catch up. And then it's well, no. We filed that grievance and ended up winning that. So that was a pretty big one. That affected...
Hell of a lot of
I
people.
want to say the whole world. From between both shifts, almost every single person.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right. And then we had a couple. One guy, I'm not gonna say his name, but he came up to me and says, "Hey man, so he was playing the point game, so he was always staying in between the points of the discipline. He would say he was staying between 7 and 9 points, but he did that for a whole fucking year. So all of his write-ups came off." And he comes up to me and goes, hey, does this grievance affect me? I'm like, they wrote me up properly at 5, 7, and 9, but now I have no write-ups. It's been a year. All my write-ups are dropped. And I said, honestly, I asked these guys, are able to that's a new one. So he's like, well, right now I'm at 8.5. If I take a half tonight, it's gonna trigger a discipline. Where am I gonna be at? I'm like, I'm not sure. I was like, you're going to be the guinea pig. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Sure as shit, he takes that half. The next day, he calls me, and I'm walking in like, hey, we're issuing for his 9 points, bub, because there's no write-ups. It's not valid. We got to bring him back down to 5. And I look at him, I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, all right.
It's bad. And I know some of the supervisors are pretty livid because I had minimal occurrences, so I got corrected, but it was only for 2 points. And when I went in to get my point sheet corrected, the supervisor was there, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, well, must be nice, dude." Like, here, can you sign this? Because I ended up getting a verbal, so I'm at 5 points now. But he was like, "Oh yeah, can you just sign this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." You know, he's like, but he looked livid. Like that was almost like their ace in the hole. Like, oh, we're gonna let people get away, and it sucks because it's not right. But this is what companies do, is they'll make up that policy. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. Like, the stewards never agreed to that. You know, James, he never, no.
Just because it was benefiting.
Local 952, no. They never agreed to that.
More importantly, did you send a waiver or did you call it a steward?
I signed a waiver.
Wow.
I don't need a steward.
Wow.
He's representing himself.
Yeah. They say never to represent yourself.
I was just about to say that. You should never do that.
But it's cool. I got my points corrected, you know, and I double checked it and everything's cool, so I didn't need a steward, you know. But that's the type of shit that the companies do, and I think the members are starting to realize that more, especially at CVS, because they made up this policy out of thin air, and a lot of people were already in hot water. So if I would have said something, those people probably would have been terminated. You know what I mean? And
because they have the language that everyone agreed to. And
the company knew, but then they were trying to pull that fast one where, well, hey, Gary, we're going to go back to the old way. So I was like, well, technically by the contract, they shouldn't even be working here. They should have been fired.
Yeah.
So we ended up filing, and it was a tough one. I didn't think we were going to get it. Honestly, I thought it would have probably ended up in arbitration.
That we deal with that quite a bit too. Everyone has attendance issues.
Yes.
And I'll be the first one to say it. I don't know. Fucking go to work. Go to work. Okay, I get it if you're sick. I get it if you're sick. Go to work and be to work on time, please. Yeah. I always tell all my members, because we deal with it all the time. And a lot more with our our inside guys, the part-timers. And I totally understand. It's not lost on me. You know, with our guys, they're working a part-time job. Most likely, they have to work 2 jobs to kind of stay afloat. I understand that. That's why your seniority will give you the opportunity to go full-time eventually, and hopefully you guys get there. But that being said, we always have to tell our guys, dude, you gotta go to work, man. I don't have any, if the company sticks to, if they would have stuck to their own policy that we've already agreed to, like you said, we'd have a bunch of people that, and great. I think the union has done a great job. You guys have done a great job in winning that grievance and kind of dropping those people down. But that needs to come with a conversation like, hey, dude, you got a second chance here. Yeah. Second chance at life.
Yeah, definitely. And I've already had that conversation with a couple of violators out there. They know who they are. They're cool, though. I get it. I used to be that attendance guy, too. So I'm not.
I've been there.
And
I'm still there.
We've been having we've been having the conversations, going around telling people hey, we got lucky on this one, we ended up winning, but at this point the company's going to be on point with their attendance now, because they don't want to have to go through that, because it's still a process. They're still going to a lot of people got their points corrected, but it's an ongoing thing to where it's going to take a while to adjust everyone's points. So the company's not going to want to go through that again. They're like, damn, these guys fucking slipped another one in on us, and we won.
Well, whenever we have a victory, it comes at a cost. The companies usually get a little irritated with us and try to tighten up the noose a little bit.
Yep.
But hey, we're protecting our members, but sometimes we got to protect our members from themselves.
Yeah.
No, I mean.
Go to work, Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Fuck.
Hey, whoa, no. My argument is I do go to work. I just don't stay at work. So,
Go to work to stay there for your full shift.
No, fortunately, I mean, with every win, sometimes the company does get a little petty or tighten up the news. But we've been fortunate since our last grievance meeting, December 15th. after that, I mean, for the last, we're almost gonna hit the 1 week away from hitting a month, and yeah, everything's been so fucking smooth on the floor. Like, I mean, minor. I mean, not even minor shit anymore. It's just like there's stuff that we do have to go address, but at that point, I mean, it's like we work together with the company works with us now, and it's like the new ANC lady that came in, she's the one that handles the grievances for the company and stuff. Her goal is she wants to get to the point where we're not having a grievance meeting, we're just having a formality meeting. So, and like she stresses if we're talking about grievances, she wants us to go to her and say like I will fix it. So like she gets nervous over the word grievance, and I mean, like I said, the 2 episodes when I was on ago, at one point the company didn't take a grievance serious. Now that they have this new director, now that they have this new lady running the show with the ANC and stuff, I mean, she doesn't want no fucking paperwork on the table. She'd rather have everything fixed because it should be in house. And I mean, like I said, we're fortunate, and the way we have the working relationship with them, minor fixes and they get fixed right away. And it's like that's what I want to tell our members. We're at this point right now. What I said at that parking lot meeting, it's at this point right now there is tedious shit that we do got to get fixed, and we're working on it. And it's not one of those, we're working on it and it doesn't get fixed. Like, no, we're legitimately working on it. We just don't advertise what's going on at that point. But don't make it harder on us right now with this Lucas. I'm like, just work what they need, do what they got to do. And I was like, we'll take care of the other end and stuff. So, I mean.
Yeah, we're pretty spoiled over there now.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing.
That's definitely a good thing.
You guys,
It is.
I mean, that's what we're here for. That's what unions are here for better working conditions, safer working conditions, stop all the fucking harassment and all the bullshit.
We just need that UPS money now.
Do your job.
We're basing everything off of UPS. Our next contract, like, dude, we want this, and that.
I want to be able to throw a toe on the line with the Rolex on, like the UPS drivers driving around.
Hey, yeah.
You say that, as far as the UPS money, but in all honesty, it's one of the best contracts.
Yeah.
I know that UPSers sometimes don't see it. They don't understand how good they have it. And I know, talking to other barns, we always they're like, yeah, you guys have it fucking great. Right, but some of the language that we have is awesome, and maybe something that you can take into negotiations when you guys go. Like we have implementation of technology language. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, we're probably
they have to sit down
get on that one
and bargain with us if they're going to implement some technology that's going to change the working environment. Like the cameras. Like we've had a couple things where they didn't sit down with us, but we've had some grievances that kind of solidified our language where they're like, yeah, well, we will. Whether it's a change of ops in our world, change of ops is a little different usually when like they're moving people from building to building, shutting down a building.
Yeah.
But any implementation of technology, they got to sit down and something maybe you guys can throw in there.
Yeah.
Just ideas.
And the wages too, and the pension.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of all this negotiation.
Well, I will say that CVS makes a shit ton of money, dude. CVS is
they
a
do.
very wealthy
Make a
company.
lot of money.
But what sucks about negotiations though is when it comes to the money. Well, UPS is different, but I know, at least I would assume it's different. But with a warehouse job like, say, Albertsons, I believe, and CVS, they're not going to base how much money the company makes in a whole. They're going to base how much money that site makes.
Oh,
for the past few years. You get what I'm saying? So with UPS, I believe it's national. So it's like, hey, well, you guys made this much total.
We do, but there are also certain things that are dictated by area. So we have COLA, right?
Yeah.
Some areas won't get COLA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cost of living in that area maybe isn't as great as it is like here or in Washington or Portland. I know the rate is a little higher in some places. It's not all straight across the board.
Yeah.
It's close. Don't get me wrong. We have our national, our national language, and that's kind of like where everyone is, and then some might be a little bit above.
Yeah. I've been eyeballing a new Rolex, so I need a.
I wish I had a Rolex.
So it goes by building then, and not by.
Yeah. So
is the contract that you guys, because you guys have sat on the panel for contracts, both of you?
Negotiations?
I did.
I wasn't a steward.
Alex
Okay.
wasn't a steward at the
So
time.
is that contract only good for that one building, or is that for like?
Yeah, for that one building.
Really?
So
Okay.
Patterson in Northern California, they're union. Their warehouse guys are union, but their drivers aren't, which is weird. to me.
Really?
That's really.
They should
weird.
organize those
Yeah, they
drivers
should.
because
Hey, you
that's union work.
saying.
Well,
And
it's out of our jurisdiction.
Yeah.
The city, yeah.
But out of the whole network, I believe there's only one store. I don't even know where this store is that's union. And then our warehouse in La Habra, and then the Patterson warehouse. The rest of the country, none of them are union.
Really?
Yeah.
That I did not know.
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused was actually I think he said he was a stalker over in Tennessee, and then he came over here to be management
Yeah.
You went all the way from Tennessee
Yep.
to LA
to LA to be management.
So
What was
yeah.
the pay increase? Like $2?
So yeah, I
Not
mean,
the sharpest tool in the shed.
our contract.
Most people come out to LA to be for Hollywood, but Tennessee came out to be a
I'm
manager.
looking for that. I'm looking for that money. CVS
Hell yeah.
management.
Nah, so yeah, our contract only applies to our building.
Interesting.
That's
So,
very
um,
interesting.
That's why when we negotiate, they're
Are there any other CVS warehouses around here? Southern
No.
California?
So
No.
the
you're
closest
saying,
one.
you're
I
saying
believe
all the
is
money. That,
Arizona.
Texas, and then there's
it's
Texas.
it's all your contracts based on what that one building makes.
Yeah, so when we negotiate, and we want to raise,
But that one building doesn't pay for all of your guys' salary. It's the company
Salary
that
comes
pays.
out of national.
Yeah, that comes out of national.
yeah,
So why
yeah,
wouldn't you
but
be able to use national's money?
I don't know exactly how well it works or how it really works. I know John Green knows the most out of
Okay.
it because he's explained it to me before. And it's the same thing with Albertsons. It's whatever that building is putting out like on deliveries, or they base it off of how much overtime we've been doing the past 5 years.
That all sounds beneficial for the company, though, in order to keep you
Yeah.
guys underpaid, so they have
No, and that's
higher
that's always
profits,
their goal.
But it's like I get
Do
that.
you know where you guys stand as far as wages compared to the rest of the country?
I know I think we are the.
I
Probably
think we're the highest paid
Highest paid.
Yeah,
As
in
you
the
should be.
network.
and we're
Yeah.
and we're still underpaid.
But that's how
But that's how the
you
ball gets
organize.
moving.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how
how
the
you
ball gets
organize
moving.
other barns. Like, hey, look, dude.
Yeah.
We have a fucking pension.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, us and Patterson, and then besides one CVS store,
There's a lot of CVS stores
Yeah.
around here.
the rest of
Get
them.
to fucking organizing,
Yeah.
Harry.
Hey, you know what? We could get the stores. I mean, I'm down, but it's up to the big dogs what they want to do, and I'd be down to organize the stores.
Then you can start linking up multiple stores in your contract, and eventually you just do national.
That would be a while, but yeah, I mean that's the goal.
Yeah.
I know that they're doing
That
it
just
with
sounds so.
some
that just
other
sounds so
industries.
interesting to me that they
Isn't
don't use the
Starbucks? I
national
think
money.
Starbucks is trying to do that,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Well,
they
they're,
tr-
they're
are
still trying to just
They're just
get
trying to
union
organize.
right
Yeah,
now.
they're trying to
I mean, a
unionize.
lot of stores are
But
union.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think there was a argument going on too, where they wanted to have every store or every site bargain their own instead of having it national.
Like-
I could have that backwards. I don't know. I just saw an article on it like a couple days ago.
But I mean, we talk business. I'm glad that we got it. Is there anything that you guys, anything else you guys
Well,
want
we
to get
didn't
out
hear.
to
We
the
didn't hear
members?
about your New Year's resolution. What was your
Oh
personal?
yeah, Alex.
Yeah, Alex, what's your New Year's
Yeah.
I was
resolution?
kind of avoiding it, so
Oh,
He's like lose 50 pounds.
damn. I have to lose 50
Oh,
pounds?
sorry.
50 pounds.
Actually, that was on
Shit.
there, but damn, Gary.
Gary just fucking shot it out of a cannon right there.
Well, Salvas isn't here. He's fucking at home barbecuing. Fucking.
Jeez, no. I mean,
we
I'm
might have to go hit him up after this.
I'm still working
give
on
us
my
some barbecue.
My resolution is the same one as every year. I'm working on my summer body of 2020. So we're in 2024 now. So hopefully 4 years later, I can get that summer body going. So
right.
that I'm gonna do a couple
Well, you
more.
have 6 years to get that summer body because we'll be out of 20s.
Yeah, you can't racing to the clock on me, man.
He's like, gosh,
Like,
pushing it
goddamn,
kind of hard
all right,
there.
come on, buddy.
Gary, shit.
No, this year too. I mean, I wanted to do more with the brewing. Obviously, that's another thing. There's a couple classes I'm looking at. I want to get more knowledge on it. I actually want to do get just as educated as I do with the union stuff. Like, there's a couple conventions I was looking at. Like, and I want to do more of that this year. Like, I want to get more like knowledgeable. Like, there's a hop convention coming up in a couple months, and I want to make it an effort to go out there and just like check it out. I mean, just learn new shit and stuff like that. I mean, I want that. I mean, I'm doing a couple collabs already this year that I got in the works. One of them I can already announce. I can announce both of them. It's Informal Society. They're a signed punk rock band, and they already got word of this beer. They got word of the 2 beers I did before.
Oh, nice.
They like what I'm doing, so I talked to the singer and sat down with him, and he told me what he wanted, and that beer should be coming out within another month. And,
nice.
That one I'm excited for. The one I'm really excited for is I've been working on this one for a year. Finally got it. It's gonna happen this year. Out of the '90s, I'm not sure if you guys heard of them. Naked Aggression.
I think you brought them up before, and we brought up their image.
Yeah, so them for sure. I finally solidified it, and that's gonna happen this year. They got a 2-beer deal with me, so I'm gonna do that with them. I think that's where I'm at right now with the brewing and stuff. But I want to try newer stuff and like expand more on not just limiting myself just like on the basic stuff. Now I want to like actually get out there and do some hardcore shit, So
You gonna try to not wear sunglasses indoors too, or?
I was trying to.
Hey, he saw silvers. He saw James and silver
James.
rocking their
James
GQs.
Silver and
Hey,
Salas.
Salas, yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Salas,
Manny too. We got
dude,
the
like-
Manny in that ring.
Like James started the train on that one with the glasses.
Yeah.
Why
No,
did
actually-
Did you see how we put
Manny started the train
looked
on
so
that.
cool. James,
I know, dude.
James
can't
fucking
do it.
laid back. Just
I can't
I
do
know,
the leg
dude.
thing,
Like,
but
I can't either. It's just
It was like this. Like,
no, it wasn't even
My-
like that. It was the like.
a dick gets in
I
there.
mean,
know.
I hate to say
I'm
it,
not
it was
cool.
like the girl cross. Like he,
I'm sorry.
It's like
this is
right-
kinda-
like this?
Yeah, like
You
like-
can't even do
yes,
it.
It's hard.
I
George,
can't
I
stretch.
George, I'm sorry if she's gassing me because she's gassing me the fuck out of me right now. I'm like, fuck.
It's dogs. That happens.
Yeah, maybe the next time I'm on, I'll wear some sunglasses.
Yeah,
I wanted to
just
do
be
it.
cool.
Unfortunately, Gary's on the couch. I wanted to do the
be
whole
cool.
James thing, just like lean back, look Hollywood real quick.
No, dude.
Can't pull it off. huh?
Salas,
Look
freaking
Hollywood
silver.
with an arrogant bastard T-shirt.
I'm not as cool as those guys though, so I can't rock it.
Well, see, we're speaking about negotiations, and we just talked about beer. How's that Anheuser-Busch going? How is is there any updates on that? Or
I haven't heard anything. No
I
idea.
was gonna say Anheuser-Busch better get on that because they don't want to lose more sales than they already do with Budweiser.
They
No one,
need to-
no one
they
be
need to
drinking
figure
that
it
shit
out.
no more.
Yeah,
So.
except Salas.
Salas.
Salas. Yep. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. Anything else you want to cover for the week?
No, I think we're good.
All right.
Well, just a quick little shout out if I can. Last time we said we want to bring up family that's Teamster and all that stuff.
Yeah,
My stepmom, Nanette Perez, she's out. She just got her contract right now. She's 1932.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's an eligibility supervisor. She just got her contract, and she was texting me during her negotiation stuff, and it was pretty wild. Like they did the solidarity break, which is they all did a walkout and just took a 15-minute break together and stuff.
What
Nice.
what company?
She works for the county out in San Bernardino.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and so like her thing was they were underpaid for the longest time, and their medical they needed and stuff. So, she stopped texting me out of nowhere about it, and so I was like, well, let me see what happened. I'm like, because I told her don't settle, because I guess they came out with the county came out with the contract. They offered it. She said it was bullshit, so I said don't settle. I'm like, you guys got it. Like if you guys are gonna strike, fucking do it. So then about a month ago, I texted her and I said, hey, so whatever happened? She's like, no, we got everything we wanted. So
Nice.
they're locked
Well,
in.
congrats. Shout out to you. That's freaking awesome, dude.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in every week. Thank you to our guests. Appreciate you guys coming on as always.
Thank you.
Semi co-host.
Semi-co-
Savas is
Right.
missing again.
Yeah, fuck Savas. Had to get that in there,
Hashtag
Have
FID.
to.
I think we've said it like 8 times this episode.
Yeah. Hey, he's not here. What are you gonna do?
Hey, is that whole
Anyways.
fucking barbecuing?
But thank you
Fuck
guys for
'em.
tuning in every week.
Damn,
Please
tell me how you really feel. Damn.
like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, ocst.952. By the time this comes out, the jacket winners will be announced.
They'll be
So
announced.
congratulations to you two.
Congrats.
And
Email us at ocst.000@gmail.com with all your questions, concerns, anything. Hit us up
see you next week.
next week.
Cheers.